Yo, man, it's really, really super awkward and strange. I think I haven't played FIFA in a long time, but we want to talk about, the project that you've been working on, and everything that you've been doing in between, and probably want to embarrass me in soccer and show
Oh,
that,
I wouldn't do that.
it's not just the music production that,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good at, but anyway, let's
Where,
choose
where
some
did you hear that
teams.
from?
No, because I think we have a colleague that we really love at Soulistic Agency. His name is Togs, and he's very passionate about his soccer. And we also like Togs, and he's always talking about it. So you beat him, and everyone was watching, and he's always talking. So that's why I'm a little bit nervous. But for the
Nah,
music side, I'm like a little bit
it was a, it
like
was a, it
like
was a,
super cool.
it was a lucky win.
Yeah,
Lucky win.
it was a lucky win.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But didn't you guys play twice? Because I think you started before, and then you like made a bet.
No, he beat me
You
the
know,
first game.
I beat you the first game.
Eh.
Oh, I think
And
maybe.
like we did not bet then. Like we bet on the second game.
On the second game.
Yeah.
So I think probably when you guys were playing the first game, I was outside probably just really stressed. Or maybe I was just smoking or doing something. I'm not really sure.
Sure.
But that's when I really saw you and you were, really having a fun time and really making everyone happy. But, I really just want to discuss and have a fun time today about this interesting project that you're working on. I know it's super nostalgic for you and it means so much for you. And really for everyone who loves the Capo, especially the Capoholics. That's what you call your fans, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Everybody that follows the Capo is the Capoholic.
So
Yeah, man.
how did that name start and where does it come from? How did it come about?
Well, at first, I used to call myself Ryder.
Yeah, but do choose a team because you're gonna beat me. You must choose a
Funny
team.
story. So, okay.
I'm ready. I'm waiting
Are you
for
ready?
you. Yeah, I'm
Can you
ready.
multitask?
Yeah, we must multitask. I mean, what can we do?
Yeah, okay,
These
cool.
times are forcing us to do that. So yeah, the
So,
name.
yeah, man. I used to call myself Ryder
Yeah,
before house music. I was a rapper
yeah,
before, a lame one, you could say.
yeah.
And I started making house music after that, which was in 2008, if I remember properly.
Wow.
Yeah, and I used to call myself Calypso
Calypso.
when I started doing house music.
That's very
Calypso.
funny. That's really funny
It's
because.
funny. But I was gonna stick to the name. It's just that there was a guy called Calypso Wapolokwan
Apollo
back at home. So I'm
Wow.
like, no, I need to change my name. I can't have the same
I
name.
can't
with
have the
this guy.
same.
It's gonna shine.
You know?
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how are you feeling about that guy at the time? Did you feel like you were better than him already?
He was
How
already
was
an
he?
established DJ.
DJ at
He
the
was
time.
big.
Oh wow.
He was big. He was a radio DJ. He was known at the time. I wasn't known. I was just starting, and I thought of it's not gonna go accordingly in the future. I mean, we're gonna share the same name, or our names are gonna be similar.
Yeah.
There's just gonna be a lot of confusion. I'm like, you know what? It's time to get a new name. So that's how I
Wow.
came about with the Da Capo name, which I found on Google while doing a name search.
Wow, that's
Like
so
I-
incredible.
yeah,
Similar
yeah.
to me. By the way.
Like I took the whole day name searching.
You wanted to know what it means, yeah?
Exactly. Like I wanted to, find a suitable name that that has a meaning, like that can define me, like my sound.
Wow.
Basically, me.
That's really
as a whole.
incredible. That's really incredible. So I know, this step you're taking now, with just recreating and re-releasing, the music that you released before. So just take it back to the beginning. How did you meet Nick Holder? What an important part has he played in your career? And what would you say about Nick, if someone asked you today,
Bro, before we even get there, you must
Yeah.
focus, because I'm gonna beat you.
Wow. and I told you already that I haven't played in a long time,
I can see, I could tell. Focus.
I'm trying. Hey, there comes my keeper.
Let's see.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Yeah. See? Now we play.
All right.
Now
Yeah.
it's
So
fine.
Nick Holder, man, what does Nick Holder do for you? When do you meet Nick? What happens with Nick? Because there's a story I want to get to before about the music and the
Yeah.
different apps
Yeah.
and everything and how I actually came to know about you and everyone else, but I want to know your story, like personally. How do you meet Nick Holder? What happens? Who speaks to who first? Just take us back to that.
Bro, I, we all knew Nicolda as, one of those popular DJs
Yes.
who made the most famous song, Summer Days.
Yes.
It wasn't my intention to, like approach someone like him. But
Yeah.
at that time, we were looking to, get a record label that can sign our music.
Yeah.
So we approached almost, half of the labels in South Africa as well as
Mm.
international labels too. And just to name a few, the very first person I could remember, approaching was Lars Berenroth.
Wow.
You know,
From Deeper Shades of
from
House.
Deeper Shades of House.
Yes, of course.
It's unfortunate he turned down the music that we sent. He's like, nah, it's
Really?
not his
He
cup
turned you
of
down?
tea. Yeah, it's like, nah.
What
this is not his
message
cup
did you
of
send
tea.
him? Maybe your message was just really badly written. What did
It
you say?
was not
to him?
badly written, bro. I mean,
What did you say?
We
What did you say to the guy?
Look, I used to work with a ex-colleague of mine by the name
Yeah.
of Swizz. I think you know Swizz.
Katlego Swizz.
Katlego
The one and
Swizz.
only Katlego Swizz from
That's
Serial
right.
Sounds.
That's
of
right,
course,
from
of
Serial
course.
Sounds. So Katlego was the main guy who was orchestrating everything, like, from
You have a penalty?
approaches. Yeah, bro.
You're
did
not
you
even
see
paying
that?
attention. You have a penalty. Okay, let's.
I was paying attention.
No, you're not. You're
I'm
talking to me. Okay,
multitasking,
take the
bro.
penalty and
Cool.
let's talk about Swiss.
Oh,
After
okay,
that, let's
okay.
see.
Because
Where
this
do we
thing
go?
is
Which
yeah.
one? There we go. Yeah, so
Cool.
Swiss.
So yeah,
let's go.
Swizz was the guy that
Yeah.
approached Ulas.
So
and
Swiss at the time is like your manager, sort of to speak.
sort of.
Yes.
Sort of,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
In the beginning,
Interesting.
since when we started with hip hop,
Mm.
and he followed. He's one of the people that inspired me to, or motivated me to actually do house music. So yeah, man, that's how we came about, and we met Nick Older as well, like on Facebook. We just gave him a young, text. Look, check out our sounds, blah blah blah, whatever. We're hoping to release music. If you like the music, you can actually drop it. The guy didn't even hesitate, bro. He replied back within within minutes. He replied
Wow.
back is like, yo, I love the music. I'm gonna drop the songs within a week, and
You released the music.
that's how I released my first EP,
Your
which is
EP.
called Return to the Beginning.
Wow, that's really amazing. And that's where we definitely are now. But there's other people who don't really understand a very important part of the culture and context of where, not just where the Capo comes from, I think just the sound and what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that is a platform called Aphrodisia, which you were
Yes.
always number 1, number 2, number 3. Sometimes we'd have 3 songs on the top 10. What was Aphrodisia, and how did you know about it, and how important, maybe is the question I'm trying to ask, was Aphrodisia in your career, because that's where I know you from. Hey, by the way, you just scored. So how important? I'm really, really sad,
Yeah.
but this story is really, really important to me, and I want to know about it. So how important was Aphrodisia to you, and how do you break in, because that's where I know you from, before the other platforms came.
Bro, Aphrodisia was home for a lot of youngings from South Africa.
Yeah.
Like up and coming producers. It is actually a platform where it was not very hard, for people to, upload the music on. So at that time, Aphrodisia was the hottest thing. We all wanted to be there. I mean, back then, like people like Tulo the song were the ones that were top in the charts. We had people like Manu.
Yes, I remember that.
People that were doing Afro, like Mushroom
Yes.
Boys, etc. Just to name a few. So, oh snap! So, bro,
Yeah.
I developed, so much love for Aphrodisia because it represented, our sound, which was Afro house at that time, like Trouble, So to me, Aphrodisia was like home for everybody. That's where like every DJ went to find like the hottest, releases from South Africa.
Wow. And were you making money from Aphrodisia? Because the way that the site looked, like the interface was like really bad. He just scored the second one, guys.
Yeah, bro.
I'm focusing more on him. This is the only reason why I'm losing. So at the time, it would look like, because we're having so much of this music coming on, and so much of attention, how was it? How was the return for you as a person? I know that a lot of people began to know about you, but were you making any money? What was happening? How was that going about?
Look,
The money side of the thing.
at that
Or was
time,
it just passion at the time?
at that time, it was just passion.
Mm.
It was not all about the money.
Wow.
I don't even remember getting paid for my first EP, or my
Wow.
second, or the third EP.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
music at that time was not making money as
Yeah.
it is now. I believe music was making money for record labels
Only.
only,
And not you.
not artists.
Okay.
It's only now, music is accessible everywhere. Like, people are streaming, and you can make it or generate a little bit of income out of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, you grow from that and you start making a name for yourself. And eventually you land up at Soul Candy, you're doing compilations, you're releasing music. How do you get to Soul Candy? How does that happen? Because it's very important to where your career goes to next, and where, you kind of are at the moment,
Yeah, yeah.
How do you get to Soul Candy? Because they really helped you a lot from what I know. So how's that relationship, if you could just let us know how it worked out for you?
Well, the relationship with Soul Candy started when we had a record label, called Serial Sounds. I don't know if you knew, but I was part and member of Serial Sounds.
Were you a member or founder?
I'm the
Was it Swiss's thing? Was it your thing? Because a lot of people don't really understand what happened with who owns Surreal Sounds and what was your role in Surreal Sounds. Because it's important for how you get to Soul Candy and the growth eventually in your career afterwards. So please explain that.
The owners and founders of Serial Sounds is myself and Punk.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
The legendary pasta.
That's right.
Yes.
So we worked with Swizz as part of management.
That has to be a foul. Yes.
Yeah, it is a foul.
Right, there we go. Yes.
That was a bad tackle.
You're filthy, man.
So yeah, we used to, we signed Swizz to be part of the management. So it was more like a manager. So at that time.
Oh no, guys, I made a mistake.
What happened?
I'm gonna look bad, bro. I don't even know what I pressed. It's just this thing just gonna go anywhere. I don't even know if this is a goal. It's gonna be a fluke. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Look at that. Look.
Jesus Christ, where's that?
Can you see where the case is?
Jesus Christ! I couldn't even see that. No, we need to have a rematch after this one.
Cool.
But what's the score? It's only 2-0. It's half time.
It's only 2-0.
I think when we were playing our colleague at this time, it was already 3-0 or 3-1. It was somewhere there. So,
it was a hot game.
It was a hot game.
Yeah.
I feel definitely confident. So, yes, man. So, how do you get to Soul Candy? What does Soul Candy do for you?
Yeah. So we as Surreal Sounds, we made a joint venture, with Soul Candy.
So up next.
Oh snap! So yeah, man. So Soul Candy signed, the label, the Surreal Sounds label. So they released like our albums, collectively all together. So that's how we became part of the Soul Candy family.
Wow.
Collectively, like as a joint venture. I was not signed alone, but I was signed with the rest of the guys. Oh snap!
Hey, which one? Hey, you missed. Hey, that was so super. I feel good about myself. Hey guys, it's, we're going to the 68 minutes, I think now, and it's only 2-0, against one of the really, really iconic producers in the country right now.
And the best FIFA player.
Yes. So yeah, that sounds like really amazing, about Soul Candy. So I think what I want to know, you dropped a couple of stuff on Soul Candy. Do you have a release or an album or EP that you really love from that chapter of your career?
Oh man, we dropped 2 albums with Soul Candy. The first album was the Serial Selections, which was a collaboration between me and Punk. And the second album was Music in Me.
Yes, which is actually one of the songs that's you returning on this edition that you've now.
Yes. Yeah, some of the songs.
Some of the songs,
Not
not all.
Yes.
Oh, guys, they just scored the third one. I
Yes.
think it's because we're talking about that song. This is a very bad song. I don't like. I'm not gonna. I won't go back to this song. Listen to this song. It's a very very bad song. So that's really really amazing, Nico. And obviously at this point, you're growing. You're now starting to understand the value in your name, and all of that. And then in step Soulistic music, and the one and only Black Coffee.
That's right.
What happens and how does this come about? Because it's important to how we get to where we are right now, which what we're celebrating is this release and this drop of this amazing series of releases that you were doing. This titled Return to the Beginning, which would be the first one. So how does that happen? How do you get Nati's attention? Who talks to you first from Soulistic? How does that happen? Very briefly, because a lot of people don't really know how you got to Soulistic. You were just you were somewhere before. Everyone, I think, thought you would stay in DNH forever. Hey, it's 4-0 now, guys. Getting very bad.
Guys, I'm gonna beat this guy. With my 10-0.
And then how do you
give
get
him
there?
A whooping, yeah?
And then how do you get there? Who speaks to you first?
Yeah. Wow, man. The meeting between me and Nati or the Soulistic guys is a very special one. Like, it's a very special story.
Yes.
I was staying in Rembek at that time.
Yes.
I just ran out of contract with Soul Candy.
Okay.
So I was with the Surreal guys, but we were having issues.
Yeah.
Like label issues. So there was this one time a friend of mine invited me to Vinny Da Vinci's launch party of like a TV show that he used to host, like a DJ show. I don't know if you remember.
Is that the show that
play
used to
on Channel
do
O.
like Mzansi or Channel O? That Vinny's house.
Vinny's
Is that the one?
house,
Vinny's
yes.
house,
So they were doing a launch at Rosebank.
Okay.
So I was with Cat Like Cat. I was staying with Cat Like
the one
Cat
and only
at that
Cat
time.
Like Cat. Who I've never met, by the way.
Yeah? Nah.
But I've heard great things as always, and we love the music.
Yeah,
so
man,
yes,
it's legendary. So he invited me to the party. When we got to the party, we were just hanging out. I was hanging out with Julian Gomez and Lesejo LSG. So Nati was there as well. So he saw me. And then he came, he greeted. He's like, yo, did you meet Amaru? I'm like, no, I didn't meet Amaru. It's like, yo, he's here. I'm going to go call Amaru. He went to call Amaru. And they came together, both of them. And they were like, yo, we need to set a meeting.
yeah,
So that you can come to the office and, let's sit down and have a chat.
a chat, really,
And
explore. Yeah,
and explore, bro. That was the first encounter. And then I went to the meeting. The guys were basically saying we want to sign an album from you.
Only.
Only.
What was that all that Soulistic was offering you at the time?
At that time.
Hey, what a save!
Yeah,
You
that
must
was a
give
save.
credit. You can't only give
Well,
credit to
yes.
you. That was a great save.
What a save.
Even though you're blitzing me, that was a great save. Man. I don't even know what I pressed. It's amazing. Yeah.
So they wanted to sign an album.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, okay, that's cool. But they didn't know that I was off contract with Soul Candy. So after a few days, Amaru, called. He's like, bro, matter of fact, look, we don't want to sign an album, but we want to sign you, like under Soulistic, as an artist. And that's like how we started.
Wow.
The relationship.
Wow. And yeah, that's super momentum, to how we've gotten to where, we are now, because, you've been signed, you're now doing your own thing. But before that, you get a huge co-sign from Black Coffee and you start to play in High and you're playing in all of these shows internationally. How different was playing internationally, and getting that exposure and getting that co-sign to what you were already knew or were already exposed to at the time? How important was that for you, for your career, that co-sign?
The co-sign played a huge role in my career.
Yeah.
It introduced me in spaces where, one wouldn't think of tapping in.
Guys, by the way, now it's 5-0.
Yeah, it's 5-0.
It's very bad.
There's
I don't know. Who lost 7-2? Was it Barcelona? Who lost?
It was Barcelona against
At
Bayern.
least it's a legendary team. Aish. Yeah. So what happens? What happens?
Yeah, man. So, uh, bro, what are you doing?
This guy gets nervous when I'm trying to score.
What are you doing?
Hey,
What are you trying
yo,
to do?
bro.
I'm trying
Hey,
to
bro.
beat you with my 10
Hey,
mil.
Kwalaje.
Yeah.
Aish.
Oh, you get in there, ne? You get in there, ne?
Yes. So this cosign, man, what happens?
Yeah, man.
What
So,
goes on?
bro, it played a huge role. It put the Capo brand in
Yeah.
proper spaces. Like, talk about high.
Mm.
Talk about working with RT agency, which was at that time like, the dopest, agency ever.
Yeah.
You get to, showcase your talent across the world,
Yeah.
across borders. Um, what else? As well as working with Grotmani is such an experience
Mm.
as well. He's someone that
Were there any songs that you've done that you've helped with? Because it's not an official collaboration. Have you helped him with some of music? Has he exposed you to more other artists that you know, so that you can do more with your own work as an artist, and as an entity?
okay. Firstly,
Mm.
um, he usually assisted, when it comes to
Let's try
production.
a rematch so we can try and see
Okay,
if
that's
we
cool.
can
That's cool. That's cool.
like take down the score.
That's cool.
Maybe it will be better this time. Maybe it will be like I
Ne?
don't know.
Let me take a lame team.
A lame team.
Yeah, Boma Aston Villa.
I
You
feel so
know?
bad. You're in a pit with Aston Villa. Okay.
Okay, wait. Or Crystal
let me see.
Palace.
Who's strong
Like,
that,
I'm
that
looking for a lame
I
one.
don't like but I also like? Let me see. Who's there? Let's see who's there. I'll take City because they're better than United.
Yeah?
United just make me mad.
Okay.
So yes, man, you receive this call sign. What happens? How do you get into that whole space? How's it been for you?
Bro, it played a huge role, as I was saying.
Mm.
Introducing, the brand to different spaces.
Mm.
Getting to, collaborate with artists like Abunduduzo Makatini.
Wow.
You
And you
know,
just won a summer award for that,
for
by
that,
the way. Couple looks. Have you given you the summer? Do you have it yet?
No, not yet.
What? Hey, how long did it
Uneo
take?
will answer that.
Eish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what's the hold up. I even did the summer parties without the awards. Without
Are
the
you
awards,
anxious
like
for
the
it? You
actual
want to
award.
see it? You want to
Hey,
get it?
I wanna hold it.
You want to
It's
have
very
your own
special.
one?
Yeah, it's
All right. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, man. Like meeting people like Abu Kelly Rowland, meeting people like
Oh, wow,
Akon.
you
It was
met
through
you
Black
met
Coffee.
you met those people.
Yeah,
Hey, where were you, man?
I was in
Hey, where are
studio.
these pictures, man? Hey, man, you don't take pictures when you in studio. Dope people. Hey, me, I'll take pictures. I'll take pictures.
Nah, bro.
You to
Look,
take pictures.
I wanted to, ne?
Yeah. Wow.
But I was so starstruck.
That's.
And I was starstruck. And when we walked into the studio, can I tell you when we walked into the studio?
What happened? What happens?
I met this girl, Janaiko.
Wow.
Yeah, like they were just chilling. Like
And you
outside
were
the
just
studio.
walking in, and
Just
other
walking
people
in.
they only sing and they see
Yeah.
that in their dreams.
Yeah.
And you were just walking in. They were just there.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
I was living
incredible.
there. I was living there. American
Guys,
dream.
it might be worse this time. It's already 1-0. Not even.
And
10
it's
minutes
Leicester
in.
City at that
And it's
time.
bad, and it's Leicester, but they won the league. Don't be swag. They won the league before. You must respect the team.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
yeah.
Like, those are some of the things that I'm grateful for.
Wow.
Like ever since signing with Ukhrot Mane, bro. Even the album, the Indigo Child album, he's the one that usually assisted.
Yes,
Oh
he
snap!
missed.
Okay, like he
Wow.
assisted. Some of the songs we were both reconstructing the songs.
Wow.
Getting advices from him. On some of the songs that are on the album. So.
Yeah. That's really incredible. So now, probably at this time, you've created your name. You're releasing, records on really dope labels. You're doing some nice features, and now there's an opportunity for you to do your own thing, which has now led, to the release of Return to the Beginning. a Genesis entity. You know,
Yes,
take us
sir.
through that, and you know, before we get to how we've arrived here, what is Genesis entity? You know, what are you trying to achieve? What is the vision behind it?
Look, Genesis Entity is home for. What did you do?
I have no idea. Okay, let's resume the match.
Cool.
Don't shout at me.
I
Which
ain't
one
gonna
is this
shout
one?
because I was gonna score. This guy
Wait,
is
what's
busy posting the
happening?
game. So you posting the game to do the
Wait,
Pulsator?
wait. You missed. That's incredible.
Nah, bro.
That's incredible.
Nah,
Wow.
bro. You don't do that.
You know, now you're gonna say
It's beyond FIFA regulations.
You know?
Can
That's
you
what
see
you're
that?
gonna say.
Yeah.
You know, so like, what's Genesis entity? You know, and what does it mean for you? What are you trying to achieve with it? You know, because it's super important to what we're discussing today. Return to the beginning, and I know now you have ownership of this music.
Yeah,
And you want to
yeah.
release it through this entity, but we need to make people understand what is the entity about and what are you trying to do, you know, because
Cool.
other people, you're going to start getting requests like, hey, can you send me, can you do this? So
Yeah.
it's very important for you to be clear about what you're trying to do about Genesis. So
Yeah.
what is it about?
Look, Genesis
Pressure!
Entity. Genesis Entity, bro. It's more like
Yeah.
it's home for the Capo, and it's home for Aquatone.
Wow.
That's a space whereby where one actually has power over their brand, like their music per se. You know, this is one thing that like a lot of Nazo. Mara Pulsator, what are you doing?
Hey, which one is this one now? You press.
You did. And I was about to score. Once again.
No, so that you can see that I'm not being sinister. I haven't played in a long time. Why are you
That's
mad?
the thing. I was actually supposed to leave you, ne? So that you can train a bit.
Wow, man. Wow. So yes.
So, I remember this other time. We were attending the Black Coffee.
Now I wanna say I'm cheating.
Because that's what you're good at.
Hey, Chief.
That's what you're good at.
Back on, Chief. Hey, Chief, must be careful, Chief.
Yeah, because
Which
that's what you're good at.
one? Check that one. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yes,
So,
yes.
cool, bro. So the reason for me to create the label is
Yeah.
to simply own your masters,
Yeah.
like to own your brand,
Yes.
simply like as a brand, what was that?
Did you see that one?
Yes.
That was a total fluke.
Well, you getting the drift, eh?
I don't know.
Yeah. So, bro, like honestly, it's very important, like, as an
Yeah.
individual or an artist to actually own your,
Your
like your own record label.
And sorry to cut you. For someone who doesn't really understand, why is that important? To own your masters, to have your own entity, to sort of start your own movement. Where it's not even about owning the masters. Why would you think it's important to start your own thing as a person? And how would you say it empowers other people? You know?
Look, for me, I would say, I have a little bit of but it's a goal anyway.
Hey, bro, I haven't scored one goal. This is bad. No, I need to focus.
Right.
I need to focus.
Bro, for me, I would say, look,
Yeah.
it was about high time
Yeah.
to have my own label,
Yeah.
because I was still experienced, through signing with other labels. I've experienced, how the
to handle
business
the
works,
business.
how
Yeah.
to handle business.
Yeah.
It has been a dream for me since I started,
Wow.
to own a record label or to one day become, a record label owner. So at the end of the day, it was bound to happen, like to, owning your stuff.
Okay, that's really amazing. And then, finally now, we're at re-releasing Return to the Beginning, and for everyone, who doesn't know, this is music that has actually been re-released before.
Yeah.
On DNH Records, which is the record label by the legendary Nick Holder from
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
And if I know correctly, you now have the masters for some of those releases, and you want to be releasing them on your own entity. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
So, of this release now, which are some of the songs that we can look forward to? If you can just give us three, and maybe why these specific songs, and why you'd love to for someone who's only discovered the couple maybe in the last 2 or 3 years, why it's important for you for that person to actually go back and listen to those songs. Just choose, if not even three, maybe two.
Look, honestly, bro, I'm not gonna choose either one of them.
Yeah.
Or I don't think I need to.
Yeah.
Because the songs that are chosen to be part of this compilation were songs that were requested by fans. You know, bro.
Wow. Hey,
if
look
I
at
open
that
my
one.
catalog, you know, like how many songs I have.
Wow.
You know, I have like thousands and thousands of songs.
Yeah.
So all these songs, they all have a meaning. That was a penalty.
Ah, that's a penalty.
That's right. And it's
But
a
at
red,
least he
it's a
must
red
go out.
card
I
as
must
well.
injure him, Moss.
Red card.
Hey,
Red
suck.
card.
Hey, I'm being embarrassed in front of the couple. Beats me in music, he beats me in soccer. Suck. Hey, the one and only curator is being embarrassed. It's bad. Let's focus on the penalty quickly. We'll carry on with the question. Let's go. This is Jamie Vardy.
Okay, cool.
Let's go.
I wanna
Emerson. Let's go.
qima
Wanna
the
qima.
kesa.
Wanna
You
qima the
see?
kesa.
Yeah. And
Let's
sharper
go.
you.
Ha!
Yeah, man.
You see, swag. This is what happens. You see, you must be a little bit humble.
It's okay.
Yes, man. So as a wrap up, what can everyone expect from this project? Because I know it's going to be a series of stuff that's going to be dropping over a period of time, not just one release.
It's
If I'm-
two.
It's two.
It's true, yeah.
Oh,
If it
dope.
was possible, I was gonna release like the whole catalog,
the whole
which is
the whole
about
catalog.
more than 500 songs.
Exactly, because like I was saying earlier, I have my hard drive. It's in Durban. I don't longer have it.
Yeah, you told
And there's a lot of music there. So, just for someone, like I'm saying, who just knew about you maybe over the past couple of years, who doesn't really know who Da Capo was 10 years ago, what can they look forward to? Just very quickly before we wrap up.
There's a whole lot of stuff that I'm currently working on. A whole lot of music that we busy cooking. A whole lot of remixes, that are on spaces. Like I've been playing some of the remixes, such as songs like Mama. The
Yeah, Mama seems
Ama
like there's
Piano.
a good demand. And you haven't sent me. And,
I was playing that
it's very
song.
bad. It's very, very bad.
I was playing
When
this-
are you sending me the Mama?
I'll send it to you after
All
this.
right,
I'll
but
send it to you
but
after
but
this.
but back to return to the beginning. What can people look forward to? What can people look forward to with the drop?
Well, return to the beginning. Obviously, it caters songs that were released with DNH. Some of the songs people know them, and some of the songs were never released. These are the songs that I was playing at gigs.
Yeah.
And they were just on the archives, I actually never had plans for these songs.
Wow.
Mara people were begging me to release
the song.
Yeah,
yes.
so I'm just gonna fuse in the unreleased songs and the songs that were released with DNH.
There we go.
So yeah,
There we go.
collectively that's Return to the Beginning.
There we go.
Compilation.
Wow, that's really amazing, man. And then I think, just with that, I know there's still so much that you want to achieve, in your career. So, yes, man, just in wrapping up, it's just been so great talking to you and having this insight. You really, really, really abused me today. I haven't scored a single goal. But, yeah, we must discuss, just to wrap up on this project that you're working on. So, just 3 songs at the top of your mind. What did it mean for you to create the first one that we're going to discuss, which is called In Need?
Yeah.
Take us back.
Wow. In Need. A very special song. The only thing I remember about that song, it's when I came up
The only thing.
with the melody.
So
The
there's
only
many things
thing.
in these songs.
There's a lot. There's a lot. But the main one has to be me
Yeah.
taking a shower, and
Shower.
yeah. Shower.
Which one?
Like a shower. The Jacob Zuma shower.
That's why I'm asking, which one? Is this shower?
You know?
The Jacob Zuma one.
I have so many
Wow.
melodies in my head. I'm busy humming like a melody. So,
Yeah.
I came up with the melody, like the in need melody. while I
Literally
was
in the
taking a
shower.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the only thing I can remember. Of the
Wow.
song. So after that, I recorded it on the phone. Like the voice recorders and stuff. So that
I know. So you literally were compressing and trying to bring up the vocal and all of that in the song. Or did it sound clear already that how you already recorded it at the time?
Look, you are humming a melody and then you take the melody and then put it into live.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then with something in mind, it sounds like an interesting, title.
Wow, something in mind. I honestly don't remember how it came about, but something in mind has to be the song that introduced the Capo band on the deeper, house space.
So
Like
would
deep
you?
house
So
space.
would that be the song that you say sort of launched your career not to the international market, but for
On the
really the
deep house
basic
stuff.
person that you were trying, or anyone that you were trying to really listen to your music
On the deep house platform.
on the deep
Look,
house specifically?
Yeah,
Wow.
in South Africa, we have genre lovers.
General.
Genre
And they
lovers.
make their own genres.
They make their own
It's
genres.
Afro this, it's deep that.
Yeah,
Deep Mapiano.
You have Afrotech followers, you have deep
Yeah.
house followers who don't
Yeah.
like Afrotech followers.
Yeah.
You have deep house followers that don't like Amapiano followers.
Yeah.
So like there's a whole lot of things going on.
Wow. Wow.
With the genres.
Wow.
So that's how the Capo got respect from the deep house community was through songs such as In Need and mostly Something in Mind. Something in Mind, was like number one on YFM for
Wow.
over 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
And Something in Mind, these are still Afro DJ days. These are still those days.
Yeah.
Have you moved to Traxsource now?
Yeah. It was a background song for the Metro FM show. The Vinny Da Vinci and Christo
Vinny
show.
and
You know
Christo,
the show.
the
We all
Urban
love
Beats,
the Urban
the
Beat.
Urban Beats.
It was the
on Metro
background song.
FM.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
You know?
I didn't know this. This
Yeah.
is really amazing.
Yeah, bro.
I feel so cool. I was listening to that show, at the time. I think I had an app that I was using on my laptop that I used to use to record shows, because I listened to all of the shows that the DJs played. So I'd listen, to Oskido, I'd listen to Fresh and Euphonic during the week, and etc. So wow, that's really, really amazing. It's really amazing story. And then I think the last song that we're gonna do, and obviously there's a lot of songs on the project that people can look forward to, and I think an important thing that you're trying to do with this release is to show people how far you've come and to retell the story, because not everyone knows it, And then that probably brings us to our last song that we're going to discuss, which is A Prayer for All My Countrymen.
Yeah.
Which sounds like, it's like World War I. It sounds bad, it sounds crazy, what's happening? Like, which one is this one now, Which one is that?
Wow. A Prayer for My Countrymen. That has to be one of the first five house songs
that you did.
that I produced. Yeah.
Wow.
It has to be on the catalog.
So that one is there.
It's that song, bro.
Yeah.
Kokasi.
Yeah. So that you made, you were
It
still
used to be a song for
back.
my gents.
Where do you remember where you made that? Where were you when you made that song? Do you remember?
I was still in Polokwane.
You're still in
At
Polokwane.
home, I was in high school.
Yeah, so you're a small boy.
Yeah, I was a small
Couldn't
boy.
do anything. Who says that? Yeah, small boy, you can't do anything. So
Can't
you're a
do
young
anything.
one.
Now I was a youngin who was very
You're a
passionate.
youngin. Yeah,
Like,
but
very
what you do,
passionate,
for sure.
with the craft. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Prayer for All My Countrymen has to be the song that put a respect on your name.
Wow.
Like the guys at home, they knew me through that song.
Mm.
Before you are known, like
Yeah.
on the national scale.
You need to be known locally.
Locally.
Yeah, that's the song. That's the one. That's when you know that you can't now walk.
Yeah.
Girls start looking at you differently.
Coca. See,
So
now
that was a song
girls
that
start looking at you differently.
there
you
was
know,
a
you
song that did that for you. Suddenly you are popular.
That's
It's
the song.
amazing. So
That's the song.
just take us through that, maybe a bit of how it was on the production side. I know you've already mentioned that it was really the song that made you known locally to your local community. But take us to the production. At that time, what are you using? Are you that producer in a small corner with that big tower and that computer with the back in the,
Yeah.
big
Well,
monitor?
Yeah.
How are you making the
We
music
come-
at the
we
time?
come from that
Are you in a
era.
garage somewhere?
In
What's
the,
happening?
In the back room.
In a back room.
In the back room. And I'm using this PC
Yeah.
that's made of stolen parts. Ne?
From where?
From
Hey, you're
school.
stealing. So you were looting before looting became a thing.
Before looting began.
That's amazing, man.
Look, bro. I can't say it's stealing. It's giveaways.
Giveaways.
Yeah. I mean,
Look at this one.
at school where we used to attend, like a school that
Yeah.
we used to attend, they had like computers that they were never using. And then we knew that, those computers were not going anywhere.
Wow.
You know? Like, probably they were going to throw them away because they had new computers.
Wow.
You know? So, I had my gang.
Yeah.
We just had a little clipper. Simple as that.
Wow.
There was this other time when there was no teacher in the class. So we just opened
You're up.
one
You need
case.
to kick. You need to kick.
Ah,
I
cool.
know you want to score. It's
Cool.
still 0-0 now,
Cool.
but you need to kick.
Cool.
Yes.
Look, bro, we opened a case. We didn't steal a lot of things. It was just a hard drive and RAMs and a
You
motherboard.
opened the case. When you mean you
Yeah.
opened the case, what happened?
Yeah.
Like there
Now,
was
our
police
parents
involved.
must be happy because, look,
What
at
do you
that time,
mean?
computers-
Wait.
look,
What
at
do
that
you
time,
mean? What do you mean when you say open a case?
a
You
case, like a computer case.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Right?
opening a
With
case
a
as in
nail
you were being
keeper.
arrested. You stole something.
No,
That's
no,
a
no.
different story.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
all
A
right.
computer case.
I see you now. I feel
When
you.
there's no teacher in the class.
No, I see you. I
Yeah,
feel
we
you
did
now.
that under 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's and that was a starting story of you having something to make music on.
To make music on, but the
Yeah.
like the hard drive was like 5 gig. So can you imagine? You have to
Wow.
make a song and then save it on a USB.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
floppy disk. This sound like floppy
No,
disk days.
flo-
Eish.
no, it was
It
used-
sounds like bad days, man. This sound like struggle days, man. I don't know what.
Did you ever use a floppy disk? Do you know how to use a floppy disk?
No, I did. Like I'm me being me. I'm quite a geek. You
Aye,
know,
bro,
I
man,
think
I don't
I've seen the only era I've missed is probably the vinyl era. But
The vinyl.
everything after, and I have a couple of vinyls now. So
How many kilobytes was a floppy disk?
it was a floppy disk. It was really really small.
Small.
It was
So you
like-
can't even put a song
like
in
was,
there.
some of them were kilobytes, yeah.
It was
Literally, it was
kilobytes,
like it was literally kilobytes, and you're like, yay!
Look.
And if you dropped it, it would break, and you wouldn't use it again. You have to
Yeah.
get another one made,
That was meant
So,
to save
yeah.
PDFs.
Yeah, you can't
And
tell me
files.
about these
That's
things,
it.
boss. I know
You know?
these things. Hey,
I mean,
boss.
look.
You get shocked by a tower. You're trying to open a tower, that big one in the back. And that thing, it does something. I don't know what they call it in the back that stores energy. So basically, when you open it, it shocks you. And I touched it there, and
Sure.
gave me a good rub. I was like, hey,
Were you trying to
I
fix the
don't know
computer?
computers this good. Let me never do this again.
Bro, that was good. That was good.
That was a time. So
Yeah, man.
I think that's really an amazing story, just to wrap up these 3 songs. But yeah, just maybe to say again to the Capoholics and everyone that loves what you do. You scored again, by the way. I think it's because we're about to
Yeah,
wrap up.
don't forget that
He's just saying goodbye.
you're getting tortured.
I'm being tortured. What
That's
would
right.
you say to people who believe in your story, who love your story, who probably in the similar situation was a guy that's coming, from Polokwane, wherever it be, what would you say to that person to inspire them to keep believing in a dream that something can happen similar to your story? What would you say to a kid like that?
Like I said, bro, it doesn't matter where you're from or what background you're from. As long as you have a vision and you have a dream and you work according to that.
Wow. It's
Simple as
really,
that.
really, really incredible.
Simple.
Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Capo, aka Nicodemus. He's releasing, yet another release on his new entity. It's called Genesis Entity. He's moving independent and he's doing his own thing, and he's releasing really exciting series of stuff that was released before that he now owns that's going to come on his entity called Genesis Entity. So the first song is already released. It's called In Need. It's already available on all digital streaming platforms. It's also available on one of the most consumed playlists on Track IDs by Black Coffee. I think it's the third or the fourth song. So check it out there and look forward for more. And, this is Da Capo. Thank you for this lovely insight and to embarrass me like this, but it's okay. We will make up for it one day, man.
Sorry,
Thank you so
bro.
much, my brother. God
I will.
bless. This is really, really amazing. Thank you, bro. Thank you.